Ramath has become a very, very important part of this homestead. You can move around the homestead, but within every few feet you meet a ramath wall. It began as a try and error, but over time it has become a part of or the heart of the homestead. There were so many try and errors, but eventually, over continued practice and trial, you are able to master. You'll find that as you move in the process, you start discovering new materials, new ways to achieve a desired wall. Because the first one might not be as excuse me. The first one might not be as good or as appeasing as the next one you do. But the more you try out, the better it gets. So we have a very, very recent project that we're working on, and I'd like to show you what we are preparing and what we are going to do on this particular wall. The goal is to become a greenhouse, but baby steps, of course. So we're able to get this soil, this one here. We got this from a place we dug up there, and this is going to be our greenhouse. We already have our one of our marine boards, which we hope to put on the inside part, and this house, wooden house, will act as the other wall, so it is easy for us and we can eventually build a wall. I also have my round saw. This has come in handy for the projects we've been doing. It splits the wood and the boards precisely. A bag of cement is coming in right there. This is a 2-foot board. We are going to split it into two because we want the wall to be at least kutambula kulishiriza. These are our two supporting. These are 3x2s. These are the ones that are going to be acting as the support for the 1 foot boards, so that the wall does not push the ends out. This is a semi area view of the area. It's not so big. It's around 9 feet here, about the same here. Then this is our soil and the board, like I mentioned. So the idea is we set up our formwork, which we are going to be showing this in the video, and hopefully, by the looks of it, we want to have maybe roughly a foot of wall, and it will be able to keep the heat in times like this, but also, absorb the heat in times like this when the sun is hot, but also stay warm when the weather becomes a little bit colder. So this area is prone to really, really cold weather. This is our soil, and I think it's enough for maybe the entire wall here. This is our slab that we already did. It act as our foundation as well. The board, and we are putting up some sand up there for the first layer on the ground. So as we build upwards, that first layer we put down doesn't allow water to go through into the wall, but it just keeps it down there. But of course, you have to put a water barrier. That's we use those black tops. You see that from there. After that stone layer, we lay the bag onto which we start ramming our rammed earth. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is a previous wall we did, but when you look down, we have our water barrier. So this is the wall, water barrier. Then they have the foundation, which we usually make out of stone. Same applies to this wall. We have our nails that we are going to use. 4-inch screws. Those come in handy. We're going to be using our 6x2, which are going to split for our supports right here and right there. Have our level here, slightly off, so you have to raise that side a little bit up. But this is what the inside would look like. It's a foot. So currently we are done with raising our supporting poles. You can see. Then the good thing about this, we are going to be using the inner supporting walls, those, so you don't have to worry about putting the other side anything. That's the beauty about this. And we put in every 2 feet, so the entire wall is 8 feet. So we are going to be securing the boards, the poles, with this securing wire or binding wire. So we are using binding wire to fasten our boards from moving around or from moving from place. Then we can secure them firmly. Let me show you on this one. Okay. Wait. Right now, we are putting in our stonework to act as a continuation of the slab down here, but then the foundation layer also. So we're going to try it all the way before we put our ramath, before we put a water barrier, then we start putting in our ramath. Yesterday we ended at putting in our foundation stones down there, and I think it's drying nicely. And today the weather is not so good. We are seeing if we should put the ramath or we should wait it for it to cure a little further. Our soil is ready. So that's the plan currently. And then cleaning out the area. I think we are going to be starting to pour our ramath, then of course tamping it down. The weather is not so bad, it's not threatening today, and let's see how we can go about that.
ukajibona yanyu tukaturo wesoma twawurira yajugo erinya cyaro mukahanga eri kushasha yoga imwa
We kind of have a small space to mix our soil, so we are trying to bring it this side first, pile it up, a big mound, then we can start moving it back that side. So we're going to be moving it back and forth until it's all mixed up before we start putting it into the frame. Our material now, the soil, the lime and the cement, we are mixing them in and after this we are going to be putting it in, and the ramming starts. Can't wait.
ukajibona yanyu tukaturo busoma twahurira yajugo eri nyacyaro mukahanga itari kushasha yoga imwa
we kind of have a small space to mix our soil, so we are trying to bring it this side first, pile it up, a big mound, then we can start moving it back that side. So we're going to be moving it back and forth until it's all mixed up before we start putting it into the frame. We have taken the goats to the pastures. Now let's head back to the ramath project. We kind of have a small space to mix our soil, so we are trying to bring it this side first, pile it up, a big mound, then we can start moving it back that side. So we're going to be moving it back and forth until it's all mixed up before we start putting it into the frame. It is very funny that every time we have a ramath project that we start, then the weather just goes out of its mood. Look. So I think we are at the edge of the dry season and the rain season. It's just about to start raining, and it's going to be very cold, damp, and I wouldn't like that while you're doing ramath. Making some breakfast, so we go back to the ramath. When we start ramath projects, look at the weather behind me. Look, and this has been the case ever since we started. I don't know why, but we have learned to work around it, and we can let it rain for a bit. After it stops, we go back to letting it's breaking up and the weather is getting better, so I guess it's about time. This is a very vital part. You hold your lump of soil. If it does that, then that's good enough. On the sample, just hold it tight. Then drop it. See what again? Hold my lump. Drop it. We have started putting in the material. So the use of the used oil on our boards acts as a separator. So when the wall is curing and drying in, when you're moving the boards, they separate from the material easily. So that's why I apply it. The first layer we want to make maybe 7 centimeters. We ram, then from there we start piling. Our first batch is done, and we are going to start mixing our second batch. But also I think for the first 4 feet we are almost left with 2 feet to cover in here, so we can add boards on top of this, so to make the 8-footer. Well, not easy, but the grind continues. It is a very well damped layer. You can feel that. Them the entire way. And we are mixing our next batch right there. I'm gonna go ahead and add it. We have reached the top of our 4 feet here. What you're going to do, and we still have some material here, so what we're going to do is put more boards on here, another 4 footer on top of this, and we can continue. Maybe after I finish this soil, maybe to end around here, depending, then we can call it a day. Ramath has really been a time saver, resource saver, and a very, very good part or important part of the homestead, because it started as a hobby, curiosity, but now we are able to build walls, blocks with the same technique. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment asking about anything about homesteading in Africa, in Uganda particularly, because we have been doing this for almost 3 years, and we're excited to share our journey with curious minds. So this is That Post Homestead, and I'll catch you another one. Bye.